because this is generational, we're going to do the extended Boomer Great One intro.
I know how to use a mic. Where's the microphone?
Where's your microphone? When I was the age of these little youngins, we didn't have these newfangled microphones.
I don't like young people. They make me fart.
Young people, they're always on my lawn. That's what I don't like. And they get on the road and they drive really fast. I'm like, damn it. Don't you understand? The speed limit says 35. That means you should drive 25 to make sure there's an extra 10 for buffer zone.
We didn't have speed limits. We had just limits. It limited us on everything. We couldn't do nothing. We just sat. That's all we did for fun. We liked it.
Well, now you must be younger than me, Sonny, because when I was your age, I couldn't just sit. I had to walk uphill in order to sit. And then when I was sitting uphill, and I had to pull myself up the hill by my bootstraps.
I don't want to hear your cry. You had uphill. You lied. You lied. I'm not younger than you. You're older. I'm old. I'm something but older than you.
No. I'm Boomer Great One. I'm older.
But you said uphill. You're a traitor. You had it easy.
Uphill.
We didn't even have uphill. It was just hill, damn you. What generation of whippersnappers are you from?
Hey, listen to me, you little whippersnapper. Both of my knees hurt. And my back
hurts. We didn't have knees in my day. You're a millennial hippie. You don't even have your driver's license.
So I can drive. I've been driving since 1837.
Your penis cut off surgery all popular with the kids.
The first Henry Ford automobile ever.
My butt hurts with this chair. I want a new chair. The young kids, they should pay for it now, don't you think?
Yeah, if they'd stop buying avocado toast and Starbucks coffee, they could afford. Hey, why do they buy all that stuff for?
We just had bread. We didn't have no toast. These weakling kids get their fire applicator to the toaster. Who had toast?
Right.
Who didn't have time for it? We're walking uphill all the time.
And Starbucks, we didn't even have water. All we had was the coffee beans. We had to put the beans in
We just had bucks. There's no star. Who did this buck? This creepy old man grabbed us where we shouldn't have been grabbed, but we liked it, damn it.
That's right.
We liked it.
And I just imagined he was pulling me up by my bootstraps. I enjoyed every moment of it.
Dang whippersnappers.
Now these whippersnappers.
Don't get me started about them.
It's too early in the morning for this request. It looks like it's a trend because yesterday somebody sent me an article, or I read an article, found an article about a young man, suing his teachers because he couldn't read good. National Education Association teachers, who I have an outstanding track record of pointing out, warning you about how they're mostly Marxist scum, but you didn't believe old man Cappy. And this guy sent me, he says, I want an original comment on the following news article. And I'm like, oh, this is the same article that I read before, but it says in the link, former high school honors student who says she can't read. I said, she. Well, the other one was a he. I'm like, was it a typo? Nope. It's a trend, gang. It's a trend. It's another whole complete idiot suing the teachers at their high school or public school, whatever, because they can't read no good. I'm not gonna, it's too early. I got the coffee. I got to fly out to South Dakota. I'm going to read through this and then I'll have some questions and points. I am in media now. We are going to have this discussion. There's a lot going on here. I really just skimmed a little bit. I took a guess, right? Now, I haven't read the article fully. She is Latina. She is Latino in ethnicity, maybe born and raised in America. I had the question, okay? I had the question. Two predictions. One, is she going to be heralded as the first person in her family to go to college. And then 2, did she major in criminal justice? Because it's an iron law that if you are the first family member in your immigrant family, you could be a citizen, though. You could be a U.S. citizen, but if you are the first person in your family of immigrant family, you must, at first, everyone's incredibly proud, no matter what dumb horseshit you major in. But you must, in iron law, you must major in criminal justice. So that's what I'm going to go through here. So the title is Former High School Honors Student. Honors. Oh, these sad pictures of the poor Latina girl who is oppressed by the painter. Oh, the same fucking horse and pony show. Are we going to blame white men for this? Real? I just want, is it going to be the isms and the phobes? You got the female, you got the sexism, and then you got the racism. Is that going to be discussed here? Former high school honors student who says she can't read, write Sue's district where she graduated. Hartford, Connecticut. A Connecticut college student is suing the Hartford Board of Education. Hartford's the largest city in Connecticut, right? And Connecticut is Democrats, all Democrats, right? This isn't a Republican thing. This is typical Democrat teachers union bullshit, touchy-feely. You're ran by a bunch of liberal women, I bet, right? And it's let me guess, chakra crystals and dream catchers. No joke. It's probably part of the education. There's not a pissed off Vietnam veteran named Herman who's running this, right? City of Hartford for negligence. 19-year-old Aleysha Ortiz said she graduated from high school with honors and earned a college scholarship, but she can't read or write. In some ways, Ortiz is living an American dream. Oh, really? How so? Does she make money? Is she not living at home? Is she supporting herself? Does she own a house with white picket fence and have a stay-at-home husband with 2.3 kids? How is she living the American dream? The 19-year-old began her freshman year at the University of Connecticut in Hartford this past fall. She's excited to study public policy because, of course, a fucking illiterate adult child is going to tell the rest of the world what to do and how things should be. Remember I told you long ago, people who major in political science, public policy, same thing. Are you real fucking tyrants? This person is so fucking stupid. Well, maybe she's not stupid. I'll defend that. She could be bright. She could literally, no one ever held her to standards, you know? No one ever forces you to lift weights. Your body could be genetically really predisposed to lift it. No one forced you to standards. Everything was touchy-feely, chakra crystals, liberal white woman, vagina worship. And then she spat out. Can't read. But we felt good for the first 13 years of our education. She's excited to study public policy. It's the culmination of hard work after moving north from Puerto Rico as a child. Okay, so she's an American citizen. For those uneducated, Puerto Rico is part of America. I remember I was very nervous, but I know it was going to be better opportunities for me to learn, Ortiz remarked. Well, why didn't you learn? See, there's everyone is at fault. Everyone but me is at fault. The teachers are at fault because you didn't teach, you just passed her along. She's at fault because, like the other one, she's a lazy sack of shit who didn't study. The parents are at fault because you didn't force your kid to study. And then what was the other one? There were 4 I had in mind. I guess the university is at fault for accepting her. But it ain't Aaron Clary's fault. It ain't Bob in Tucson, Arizona's fault. It's not the taxpayers' fault. It's all your fault. All you people's fault. Letting someone graduate illiterate, and not able to write. I'm curious about that. Because I'm like, well, how do you not? I mean, come on, don't you do so? You're a 19-year-old girl and you don't know how to text social media? Really? You haven't figured it out? Hang on. This wire goes on the zipper and makes this grating noise in my ear. She's excited to be a national socialist dictator and study public policy. I added that last part. Really, see, lady, sweetheart, you're not a woman, you're a lady. This girl, young girl, sweetheart. Don't you think maybe before you decide how trillions of dollars of taxpayers' money should be spent, that you should learn to fucking read? This is great. I will never run out of business. Aleysha, I mean, hopefully maybe you go get pregnant, become a single mom. Your boys will be not raised up, and then they're going to come seek me out. I am never running out of business. I mean, yeah, there's 300 million people. There's going to be some, I don't even want to call her stupid because she could actually be a smart person, right? This is a failure on all the adults in her life. But man, that's the point, is the adults keep failing the kids, whether it's through institutions or parenting or whatever. There are going to be so many kids that are lied to and inept at life. I will never run out of business. We will, like the Poors, Asshole Consulting will always be with you. It's a culmination of hard work after moving to Puerto Rico. Right. Remember, but I know it was going to be better opportunities for me to learn, Ortiz remarked. But Ortiz says those opportunities never came to fruition. All I see is words everywhere, Ortiz said. Ortiz graduated from the Hartford public school system last year, but she says she is now illiterate, still doesn't know how to read or write. How? Okay, maybe you're not Shakespeare with your writing. I understand. And maybe you're not consuming tomes of books, but you can't read a sign? You're not doing text messaging? They would just either tell me to stay in the corner and sleep or just draw pictures, flowers for them, Ortiz says about her earlier education. Teacher. But the teachers were nice and kind, and they did the woman thing with the chakra crystals of feelings and vagina juice. Let's sing and hold hands. But that was the good feelings, right? Your feelings weren't hurt. Wasn't that the most important thing, Ortiz? Is that your feelings were hurt, and we didn't yell at her or discipline her, make her sit down and study. It's the woman liberal gals in the Connecticut education system, hugs and socialism. Well, where to get you now? Let me guess, you're in public policy and you're a Democrat, right? Let's be very clear, Aleysha. Democrat adults fucked you up. They fucked you. If you can't read, they fucked you up. Everyone in command and in charge of your education were Democrats, including you, I bet. This is where feely-good, touchy-feely socialist, wah-wah, wooey-woo, liberal white women nonsense gets y'all. When she was in high school, Ortiz relied on speech-to-text programs and other apps to read or write essays. Ortiz said her mother, who does not speak English well, tried to get answers. Oh, that wasn't in my guess. Father wasn't available for comment. Oh, right, because we don't need no. And your mom's a lazy sack of shit too, right? She comes to the mainland and doesn't learn English. Gee, I wonder. See, here's the thing. Like, we know Atham. Atham is Mexican, right? The guy worked hard. He has a degree in chemistry, IQ off the charts. You know what the fucker learned to do? He learned to speak English. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Look, if you're too lazy, and who knows, her mom could be smart, Aleysha could be smart, but you're too fucking lazy to even learn the language. Your mom is anyway. I wonder what discipline mom had. I'm sure we're going to get to mentioning the father in this article down the road later too, right? The father will be available for comment, right? Chakra crystals, liberal women, don't need no man. Fathers are horrible. Government checks, please. Ortiz said her mother, who does not speak English well, tried to get answers. She advocated so much, Ortiz said. She went to the school. The principal promised her that it would be better. How? The woman herself doesn't even speak. Is this a joke? Let me ask the article, people who wrote the article. Is this a joke? Is this like shock? Are you purposely being this obtuse? Is this clickbait? Sometimes it would be people from the district or the directors promising her they would do better. How about Ortiz sits the fuck down and studies? Now Ortiz is suing the Hartford Board of Education in the city for negligence. Why don't you go find your dad? The suit alleges the school district documented and acknowledges Ortiz's learning challenges through multiple grades, but because they were not adequately addressed, she continued to struggle academically, began exhibiting maladaptive behaviors in the classroom. Sounds like the National Socialists are fighting the communists. See, you can't say the abbreviated version of National Socialists. You can say communists all day long because that's the good tyrannical government. Sometimes I would feel proud to be the bad child because at least I was something to them and I wasn't invisible, Ortiz said. And boys, it isn't you who's got the problem in the dating world. Just pointing that out. I'm still waiting for the dad. Is that going to be mentioned here? While the city of Hartford and an educator named in the suit declined to comment, the district wrote in a statement, while Hartford Public Schools cannot comment on pending litigation, we remain deeply committed to meeting the full range of needs of our students, bring them with when they enter our schools, and helping them reach their full potential. Well, this doesn't bode well for the Hartford schools because the other guy who did the exact same thing, I guess it went to an appeals court and the judge allowed it. The judge says, yeah, this court case can continue. It can go through. Because, and let's be honest, look, you public school people, you're just the best, and teachers are the most amazing vagina juice and chakra crystals. You guys are thank a teacher. You're just the fucking angels of our community. All right, where's the beef? Where's the education? You're just so great and amazing. Come on, and you should be able to educate the kid on reading. Much as I hate the public schools and schools in general, I understand. I'm even for there should be maybe not 5 years old, but you should get a sixth grade. You should get up to the sixth grade where you can read, write, and do basic arithmetic. Maybe even in the 8th grade, but fuck high school. You don't need that shit. Get the fuck out of here with that crap. You guys had this girl for 13 years, and even there was no one that sat the fuck down and said, hey, look, kid, you got to learn to read, man. She is right. Sit in the pictures and draw flowers. What freaking dumbass shit is that? Look, her mom is a fuck up, right? You knew that because there's no dad. I'm just going to assume there's no dad. I know, going out on a limb here. The mom don't speak English because she's a lazy sack of shit. All right. Who else, and come on, teachers. You're all about this. We don't need the nuclear family. And the teachers, these are our children. These are your children. You are the new family. The state is the family. You couldn't do, what do you give a shit about whether or not the parents or the home life is like? You want to take kids away from their parents? You want to have the socialist utopia where kids are brought up by state parents and you can't even teach this poor kid to read? They are ethically responsible. Now, I don't know about legally. That's up to the courts and Connecticut law. I don't know. But for all your bragging, man, you sure failed this one. Dr. Jesse Turner. Oh, there's a real doctor. Leader at the Literacy Center at the Central Connecticut State University. Oh, Jesse Turner is the leader of the Literacy Center at Central Connecticut State University. You got a literacy center, huh? No wonder tuition is so high. I got an idea. How about we make college for smart people again and not everybody? How about that? Then you don't need a literacy center. He feels the main issue here is, okay, you got to say the lack of a father is inequality in public education. See, I knew it was going to be the racism and the female and the sexism. America should be asking a question, do we really care about our children, all of our children? I would argue that maybe we don't, Turner said. Okay, well, what does that have to do with inequality? That was a miswrite. You could say bad parents are absentee parenting. Yes, most people do not care about their children. Yes. A 2019 report from EdBuild, which promotes equity in public schools. What's equity in public schools? What, we're going to invest in the public schools now? What are you talking about equity? You mean equality? Equal education? Okay, Democrats, socialists, morons, you tell us what's wrong with your system now using your own special words that mean nothing whatsoever. Which promotes equity in public schools, found the majority of non-white school districts get $23 billion less than districts that serve mostly white students. Oh, okay, here comes. Could it be that maybe minority children don't have dads as much? Could that be it? Could it be that there are not culture, what's the word I'm looking for? There are habits that the culture, bad habits that the culture, different cultures produce. I don't mean racial. I mean culture, like, go to Wyoming, it's meth, it's trailer park, it's having sex with your cousin. Are the Latinos and black and other, disadvantaged, do they not promote bad habits? Right? Bad habits are bad habits. I don't care where they come from. Can you address that? Where's the father? Oh, it's more. Feelings are more important than progress. Liberal white woman, vagina, juice, chakra, crystal, education. Don't diagnose the problem correctly. It's more important we spare everyone's feelings here. Otherwise, these poor kids might actually get an education, learn to read, and make progress. We Democrats can't have that. We need them perpetual victims. It's the white man. Minority enrollment in Hartford's public school is about 90%. Turner fears a crucial guardrail will be lost if President Trump's administration follows through with forcing you to educate the children. Oh, I'm sorry, abolishing the Department of Education. Why? You're a state that's a state school. You don't need to worry about the federal, right? It's back to the money, right? God, this is why I'm the media now. Who wrote this? What's the idiot that wrote this? Danny Freeman. Danny Freeman, you are a coward and a pussy. You are not a journalist. You're why CNN is tanking. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're not asking the tough questions. It's just, dude, this is why you're replaced by AI. Just come up with socialist excuses as to why poor Aleysha can't read. It's Trump's fault. Really? It's Trump's fault. Oh. I got dental floss stuck in my teeth. How do I protect the special education children? Turner asked. Who do I go to if I close it down? Hey, Turner, you guys had so much fucking money. So much. You had 13 years with this girl. You're a bitch too, Turner. Dr. Turner. What's your lame ass degree in English? College has presented its own obstacles, but Ortiz says UConn has been accommodating. She doesn't want any other student to go through what she experienced. Well, then go get a dad, make sure there's a nuclear family, and sit down and study. Hang on. There we go. Look at that. Why? Never get the dental floss that shreds. Honest to God. I know we can do better, and I know we have a powerful community that wants to do better. No, you don't have a powerful community. The community just failed you. God, you're done. Please, sweetheart, don't go into public policy, okay? Just don't. You don't know what you're doing. I want to be a voice with them. What fucking Marxist horseshit is that? Ortiz said. All right, so we're not. The person is fat. They're about to die of diabetes, but because we don't want to make their feelings hurt, we're going to say it's Trump's fault that you're fat. Danny Freeman. What's this? Yeah, I'm going to look him up. Danny Freeman. CNN. Danny Freeman. Look at that hair. Oh, man, he's got nice hair. Man, that's some swell hair. Woo! Read full bio. Probably doesn't have any real. Philadelphia, Emory Award doesn't mean anything. Led coverage, profile, summer, assassination attempt, Butler, prior, NBC affiliate, campaign finances, East Coast political reporter, 7. San Diego, what's your degree in? He's from Medellin, Colombia, reported. Oh, no, his career began in Medellin, Colombia. Originally from New York, Colombian American, speaks Spanish. Oh, you're Colombian. He is a member of the National Association of Hispanic Journal. Oh, okay. So it's everything's got to be about race, no responsibility, right? Do you know Danny? Danny, do you know who your dad is? Can you name your father? Where's dad? Point to where daddy is, Danny. Investigative reporters. He graduated Dartmouth with a degree in government and a minor in theater. You will, Danny, listen to me. Listen to me. Right there. Right there. You will never help Hispanics lying to them. You are a race traitor. If we're, I mean, I know not consciously or maliciously, but accidentally you're a stop it with sparing people's hurt feelings. You need to be realistic. You need to stop being a Democrat, Danny. A fatherless child failed by Democrat school district, had him for 13 years, somehow gets into college. What is she being charged? And you're going to say, this is Trump's fault. No, Danny, it's Democrat teachers' fault and fatherless families' fault. That's who it is. If you want to blame it on Trump or white people, go right the fuck ahead. The foot will still get amputated off the fat diabetes person. It's not going to be us that suffers. What a weak, pathetic person. Just so weak. A journalist. Asking the hard questions. Right there, Danny. Right there. Hang on. Does Danny, what was his name? Edelman? Danny Freeman. Danny Freeman. Are you on Twitter? How many Twitter followers you got? Danny Freeman. Is this the guy? He should have a lot more, given his background. I have twice the followers you do on Twitter, almost 3 times. Are you fucking joking me? You actually have an impressive background. You're on TV. Look at that hair. Danny Freeman. There we go. I'm gonna save you in this. I'm gonna tag you, Danny. Send you some traffic. Oh, okay, Danny here. President Trump promised to bring down prices on day 1. That hasn't happened, dude. It's been 3 weeks, man. Okay, all right. We got it, Danny. You hate Trump. We got it. I can't hear you because the Democrat Party's dick in your mouth, but I think I can make out what you're saying. Fuck. Let's go to the super chats. Oh, wait, hang on. Speaking of Latinos that have an IQ above 6, I see them all proud that their kid majored in psychology. Come on, where's the leader? There is none. Atham, you'd be the leader. Oh, there are Latino conservative libertarians. It isn't even that it's not even the political angle. It's, are you empirical? Are you going to, because look, Danny and all the teachers, they're enablers. That's what they are. No one sat the fuck down with the person with diabetes. Say, motherfucker, you're fat. And if you don't lose weight, you're going to die or at least get a foot amputated. And it's the touchy liberal white woman stuff. Fifis at all costs. They will destroy their own community at all costs, whether it's the country, the nation, different racial groups, whatever. That's all it is. It's just so tiring. None of the wage, earnings, life expectancy gaps, they're really not closing. And I don't use white males as the average. I use Asian males because they live the longest and they make the most amount of money. That should be your baseline. None of these gaps are closing because it's all the fucking fifis and nice hair. Fucking Christ. Fuck seats, $5. He has nothing to say. Thank you, fuck seats. Dicastinator, $5. Everything's going great in my life. At what age should I end myself? Laugh out loud. Just want to understand the Smith & Wesson plan, your magnum opus. I hope you're joking, Dicastinator. I already did a video on it. Everything's, but yes, that's right. Like, I want to just 65. I want it to be over. What if you're in great shape and getting laid? Nope, 65. Nothing good happens after that. Cyberbully, $5. Criminal justice might be the most useless major, full stop. I don't know, public policy, communications, hyphenated American studies, like those are pretty worthless. Some criminal justice kids salvage a career through law school. That's their only hope. No, and that's even worse because do you remember there was that hashtag women with degrees, and it was disproportionately, though not only black women that were like celebrating graduating with their undergrad, and how many of them were going to law school. And my whole point is like, do not, no, unless it's a tier 1, you're just going to go into debt and ruin your life financially. But there again, feelings over production progress. No, you really shouldn't be going to law school unless it is a tier 1 and you're like, yeah, I got a connection. Robert Archer, our North Dakota agent in the field, $10 generous. I got a 9th grade education. His teachers mostly fought in NOM. I can read, write, and arithmetic better than this person. We're in trouble. Have a good one, Cappy. Thank you. Nonstop Dre, $2. But Cappy, there's speech to text. Just kidding. I didn't go through my list. Hang on. Okay, observations. You guys ready? Here's just some observations. You got the National Socialists fighting the Communists. You have what is admittedly a naive young lady, but she's a Democrat. Now she's suing the Democrat teachers. So you got the National Socialists fighting the Communists, just like the other guy. All right, so I can't complain. I still question, how can't you read with social media? I know text to speech and all that, but really you're inundated. It's all around you. So I can't. I can't not believe her either. It seems really you never accidentally picked it up. I also have a question. You are going to major in telling others what to do. And apparently that's what she can't read, but she's going to tell other people what to do. Are you the first person in your family to go to college? They did not mention that. So she's not a criminal justice major, so we do not know. What is the political affiliation of your teachers? It's Democrat, right? I'm going to assume. Hartford Public Schools, it's teachers, Democrats. Another thing, isn't diversity our strength? I thought diversity was our strength. And here we have a Latina female that can't read. Now, that is not because she is Latina or female. I'm pointing out that this diversity has no intrinsic value, right? But really, she can't read or write. Let's just take her face. She can't read or write. But I have a vagina and I happen to be Latina. Well, what good is that? That doesn't mean anything. So where's the intrinsic value? Yet she's good. Don't worry, she's going to be a leader someday. And I'd also like to point out this is your Frankenstein monsters attacking their creators. Frankenstein is the Frankenstein created. The monster Frankenstein was created by Dr. Frankenstein. I think in the book, the monster Frankenstein attacked, maybe even killed Dr. Frankenstein. And this is where Democrats will attack their own as long as they don't have to work, right? If it comes up to working, they will attack their own. I'll tell you the lamprey story again. Wisconsin State Fair. They have these parasite snakes essentially called lampreys. Look them up. They're in Lake Michigan. And they could get pretty big. And they attach themselves to the fish and they suck the blood out of the fish. So there's these fish in the tank and there's lampreys. So you could see the lampreys. I felt bad for the fish. And I remember there was this little lamprey swimming around and it attached itself and bit into not a fish, but a lamprey that was already on the fish. I'm like, it serves you right. The big lamprey disengages from the fish and flips all around. Democrats will eat their own because they're Democrats because they want to avoid work. And if it comes down to attacking one of their own or getting a real job, they will attack one of their own. That's why it tends to be a lot of shooting and stabbiness and death in communist dictatorships. Well, I don't know a communist democracy, but those kids can dream. So there were my observations or questions. Let's continue on. Generation Apollo, $5. Next up, college grads suing university because their worthless degrees didn't result in 6-figure jobs. There might actually be more authenticity for that because all the teachers and the parents were telling. But then you can go back to Gen X and everyone could sue. I'd be okay with that, actually. All these colleges and universities sued out of existence, all their endowments gone. Use that to bail out the student loans. John, dang it, Saracen Genius, $5. As a proud C student, I should have played my Super Nintendo even more as a kid. My generation, despite making better grades than me, are dumb as fuck in the real world. Are you from that generation, though? Super NES, that's almost my generation. Atham Eldecua, $5. The majority of Hispanics who went to college that I know personally majored in useless crap like social work and criminal justice. Almost no STEM. Right, but that doesn't mean they couldn't have. The reason they went there is because of the environment they were brought up in. Mom, certainly no dad. What do you feel like? Teachers, Democrats lying to him. Oh, you woogie, woogie, woggy, woogie. You want to major in government? You want to major in journalism? No one sat him the fuck down and said, hey, these things don't pay. It's the same criticism I have against anyone who majors in the liberal arts or the social sciences is your parents and teachers failed you. I'd imagine because Hispanics are lopsided, propagandized, whatever, to believe it's an us versus them and you're oppressed, They're inculcated in a leftist political environment and social environment. And so you're not going to get a lot of reason and evidence like, hey, you're not poor because whatever, you're Hispanic. You're poor because you had 8 kids on one income. Kid, don't make the mistake your parents did. Have 2 kids max and go become a tradesman or something. Don't major in early childhood education and go get your law degree to fight for social justice. Robert Archer, $5. We was taught to read Old English in cursive before print, and I'm grateful to this day, all at the kitchen table by my mama. Yep. Your mom was around. Naughty DJ Aftershock, $5. These types of majors in these things, as Filipino mentions, as a result of social pressure and helping others. Too bad public policy doesn't solve problems. These type of majors in these things, as Filipino mentions as a result. Who's the Filipino? The pharmacy Filipino guy? That guy who chimes in every once in a while? You're not Filipino, are you, DJ? I thought you were black. These types of Filipino mentions as real social pressure and helping others. Yeah, you're not. Look, let's be very clear. No one is going into these fields to help others. They're doing it to avoid math and real work. That's it. They're just doing it for an easy job. No one goes and works for charity because they actually give a shit about the children or minorities or disadvantaged groups. This person, the guy writing the article, they chose government and policy because he didn't want to do hard work. What's his name? Had to comb his hair a lot. He had that's a lot of work to keep that hair up. Bulletproof. He has Chad Elkins like hair. He's got really nice hair. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.